Look, it's Brooke.
Look, it's Brooke.
My first panic attack story. I feel like a lot of people go through this and don't really know if anyone else feels this way, or don't really know if they should have handled it differently. So I basically want to put this out there to help someone out, to make someone feel like they're okay and not completely out of their mind. Not a very cheerful thing. It was actually the worst day of my life. I remember I was in middle school. I'm pretty sure it was 6th grade. I was in gym class. Now gym is one thing that has always given me anxiety. I'm terrible at anything having to do with sports. Like, I will fall on my face. One time in soccer I picked up the ball, and in middle school you don't really get an option. You get to either play the sport or go to the principal's office, so I had to play. I was standing in the outfield playing a game of some sort. I remember my heart just started racing, and not racing as if I was tired or just like had run a mile and needed to like catch my breath. It was as if the world was collapsing, and if you've ever had a panic attack, you know exactly how I feel. It honestly, it scares you to death because it's nothing you've ever felt before. It's not really racing, it's kind of just like you can't catch your breath anymore. It takes your breath away in the worst way possible. I couldn't breathe. I was sitting there trying to like swallow. I asked to get a drink. They weren't letting me go, and that just made it even worse. Everything was a fog, and I ended up curling up in a ball on the gym floor because no one would let me leave. It was so unbearable. It was to the point where I couldn't move. I think the teacher finally decided that, oh, maybe she does need help, or maybe she does need to go to the nurse's office. So we ended up going to the hospital. They said that I had a murmur, which is pretty much when your heart beats irregularly. I honestly, to this day, think that it's just panic attacks and anxiety. I mean, I may have a murmur as well, but I believe that was what caused it, was a panic attack, because I've never felt that before. I've had it a few more times, but it's always times when I have a high level of anxiety and can't get my breath and can't function properly. That's most of the time when I have it. So I really don't think it's technically a heart murmur. I think that it's honestly anxiety and a panic attack. You're not crazy if you think that you're having a panic attack. And a lot of people don't understand that it's an actual mental illness. Sometimes you actually need help. Sometimes you actually need to go to the doctor and not just say, you're fine, stop panicking. Don't be afraid to ask for that help. Don't be afraid to tell people, hey, I do need to go see a doctor. I do need to go see a therapist. I do need some time to breathe. And don't think that you're weird or strange or any different than anyone else with anxiety, because we all go through this. It's a scary thing, especially your first one, not knowing kind of what it is. And I just thought, okay, well, I just need to breathe. Like, I'm being stupid. I'm just embarrassed that I'm having to play this game, so I need to stop. And then I was even embarrassed that I needed to curl up in a ball, you know, because that's kind of strange thing to do when you're playing a game. I never want you guys to feel like you're all alone and that someone will judge you just because you need to take a breather. Panic attacks are such an awful thing to go through. Take that time to breathe, calm yourself, and it'll be over before you know it. But don't let your panic attacks get you down, and stay strong.
In the crowd